like that, Ida.
What's that?
You like that?
I did.
One, huh?
I did. Probably because I made a little diagram and all that. You know, you go here, you go there. You know, I felt like a general. Meanwhile, you're traipsing through the woods, didn't know where you were. You felt lost.
Just being up on that ridge, like I kind of knew, like I saw you guys walk by at one point because I saw like the little flashlight and you guys were like trying to hide the beam or whatever.
Yeah.
You gotta go by and the light's down. And I'm like, I could almost get them.
Did you even have a source of light when you were traipsing through the woods?
That's right.
I did not. No, well, you know, I had my cell phone with like the flashlight on it or whatever. But you know, it's like at that
dark.
point when you're up higher, the trees are a little thinner and you know there's more openings and stuff. So that was fine.
And you know what? If I may butt in, I remember the first time I saw you that night. You know, besides the beginning when we all started getting our stuff ready. I saw you like slowly approaching through the woods. I was shining my light towards you, and it was just barely, but I could see the reflection of your gun, and you were like menacingly walking towards me. It was
like full on Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know,
I will never
Terminator,
forget that.
Terminator 2.
Wow.
Back to those days.
That was amazing.
Or was it like the older, fatter Arnold? You know, like later on.
It was like hunting the predator in the woods.
Right.
Yeah.
God, it was great.
Well, I just remember like coming over. So I saw your flashlight, and then like it came over toward me, and then like it was gone, and then it came back. And then I heard like excitement coming from like where you guys. And I was like, oh man, I've been outed. They're after me now. So take out the rifle, the Nerf rifle, excuse me.
Yeah, no,
you know, just for posterity, so everyone knows.
They'll know the context.
And then I'm walking along, and then you guys just swarm me like a horde of magpies. And
It was so funny.
It was fun at the end. Right?
I think at one point you were hiding behind a tree, and we were all like coming after you.
Yeah, that was like, so at that point, like I had already been lost and gone like 3 miles out of the way. So by the time I returned, I wasn't going to go back into those woods again.
That's why you didn't really care for it that much, because you were alone most of the time, right?
You walked it all the way to the road and back.
Yeah, well, I honestly didn't mind that part of it so much. It was just that I thought I had kind of left you guys hanging. I figured you guys were just standing around the whole night. But there were definitely some like, really funny moments with it, though.
I was out toward the boat launch area, and I kept walking. That's where same thing happened to me. There's a couple walking by, and I've got this weapon, you know, this little Nerf gun. But they didn't know, and so I said, "Oh, I'm just having a Nerf gun." You know, I had to explain.
You told them that?
Yeah, just because I didn't want them to get nervous.
It was dark. They couldn't see that it was green.
They didn't know, so I said, "Oh, I'm just playing some Nerf game with some friends or whatever," because I didn't want them to think, "Oh my gosh, who's this guy with a?"
So it's funny to see the different approaches. So Jerry is worried what people think, and then Jay's over here in the forest with a Nerf gun, not saying anything. He slowly cocks the gun as someone's walking by.
Yeah, well, that was inadvertent. I was actually up on the ridge, and they were on the trail below me. And what was going on is like my probably whole body was like backlit because, you know, like there's like a little bit of clearing up there for that one ridge.
So they just saw your shadow standing up on the ridge.
I don't know why did I cock the gun? That's the question. Why did I cock the gun? So I just went, and then you know how you get like a sixth sense, like a feeling, like you just gotta like look. And I looked, and somebody was just staring right at me.
And you're like, oh crap, there's people there.
And then they didn't react at all. They just turned around and kept on walking. And so I turned around and went the other way. And then it's around that time I got lost because I had to take the other trail back.
Oh. What do you got, Jay?
Back to me?
Yeah. Do another one.
Start over again. And Ryan should be here soon.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys remember? Let's see, as I shuffle through these papers.
It's a good memory jogger. It really is.
Yeah.
You guys remember? I was going to see this one for Ryan. So if we get back to it, just
okay.
Highland Park. I want to talk a little bit about Ryan when he was doing like the financial discussion one. I thought that was a really cool night.
Okay.
But while we're on the topic of activities and all sorts of fun things, Alex, were you with us when we did horseball the first time?
I don't believe so.
Okay, but you were with us for Ultimate Tennis.
Yeah, Ultimate Tennis.
Did you play twice with us? Did you play at Grease Canal Park?
Yeah, I think I was there twice. And that was going to be my next thing, I guess.
That's where we played horseball.
That one, then.
Sure. At Grease Park was where we played horseball.
Yeah, so I'll do horseball.
Okay, well,
I'm just going to toss this out there, and I'm going to let Jerry explain the rules of horseball because he invented it.
I did?
On the fly.
Put me on the spot because I have no idea the rules right now.
Well, remember, so we're at Grease Canal Park, and there's like this like little field, and you've got like a
Kick the ball and
power
go through the
relay
goal.
thing, and then like a tree, and each one's a goal. And I think what you had to do was like kick the ball. What'd you have to do, John? Do you remember?
But it was that giant blue ball, so it was harder to kick.
Yeah,
Right. It was real light too.
I actually
Yeah.
don't remember the rules.
Like a balloon almost.
No, it was just like hit the tree or hit the whatever the goal was.
Oh, so there was one goal, and it was between those two things, and then, or maybe it was just the tree, and then,
I think we just had one goal for everybody,
yeah.
and you had to block it. Like everyone's trying to hit the same thing, and they block it away from that.
Dad, do you remember like chasing that ball down into the road, and then like it would blow, and then you'd like go further?
The trouble was that night it was a light ball, it was a large ball, and the wind was blowing.
Yeah.
It weighed like 5 ounces.
And the wind was going towards the northeast, and there's even on the way back to our cars, we're still kicking the ball to get off the road, get on the grass, and we just disappear. We kept going. I complimented you just the other day about your athletic prowess, and that's one of the things I was talking about. That game, how quick you were, getting the ball away from other people.
Boy, I don't remember.
And I do
that.
remember trying to kick the ball towards that big, ugly-looking tree in the dark. Yeah.
Well,
That's
thank you.
right.
I just got to ask you, was that the same night as your joke night topic?
I don't remember which night
Oh,
the joke
remember that?
night
Yeah,
was.
the
or
joke
not.
I forgot
night.
about
Joke
that.
night was
Joke
one of my
night was
favorites.
ultimate.
You were
It was the
there.
same as Ultimate Tennis. It was.
Chock-filled night of good stuff, I thought.
Wait,
you know?
what's because
It was the same. You're right, Alex.
right? But someone else was there with us. Was it Brian? Was there for Ultimate Tennis? It was someone else.
Oh, there's in Webster.
Brian,
Brian
yeah.
Schmidt was there for tennis.
No,
at
he was
Webster.
at. He was there another time, a couple
But
times.
you did that tennis, that time we were kicking that ball around, you also did the tennis thing. You weren't playing tennis, it was what did you call it?
Ultimate?
Ultimate tennis?
It was just hit it back
It
and
was
forth.
very dark.
That's all it was.
You
Oh,
couldn't
God.
see.
Very dark.
And
We
I
played
was-
ultimate tennis.
Yeah, I was sitting off to the side, and it was quite a night.
I loved it.
Pitch black.
Because we played tennis another time too. When we were at.
Oh, first responder?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
shift over to Alex, 'cause
that's
think
when I
you were
was.
gonna-
that's when we figured out
Okay.
that you could turn the light on.
Yeah, so like you guys were like, I wonder if we could figure out how to turn these lights on, and I'm like, well, it's got to be on one of these telephone poles.
Yeah.
So it wasn't on the first one nearby the cars, but then there's that's a mosquito. It was on the second telephone pole closer to the pavilion,
Yeah, there's
Uh-huh.
and there's this big electrical panel, and there's like some buttons, and I was like, oh yeah, that'll work, and then it turned on.
Yeah.
That was great. So then we proceeded to play Ultimate Tennis. Had a lot of fun.
You can pass them around.
Oh yes, these are our Horsemen cookies made without milk for my sake.
That's right.
They're actually really good.
I had one that was good.
Do you want another
They
one?
kind
Anybody?
of
Because Brian was there that night.
Well,
It's like cupcake texture cookie taste.
yeah. Do you want another one?
Yeah, sure.
ultimate tennis was fun. It was always funny. I was like watching you like play because like you could like react like really fast. Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Well, I could react fast, but I couldn't move as fast because that's the whole thing about being not fit.
Oh, I got it now.
I'll take another one.
Okay.
Cookie.
Because we're all slobs. We're horsemen, but we're slobs. There you go.
I just want to wipe my hands on your grass.
Or your shirt.
You could if you wanted to. That's why they invented pants.
Rub it on the dying plants. It probably has some medicinal properties.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Oh, that was.
Had a lot of fun with the athletics for Horsemen. Remember the time when we were all kind of like talking and trying to figure out, hey, what do we want to with this group? Do we like want it to be like more walking or more conversations? And then we ended up with like the whole hosting situation and started to become a little more organized with it and kind of fit in both.
It depends what park we're at, though, too. Because usually, like, we go to Tinker Park, we usually walk more than...
Yeah,
there's that big path around. Or like Mendon, we walk around a lot.
Thank you.
We even walked around at Jerry's yard today.
That's right.
That's true, we did our walk.
So that's a great memory. How about you, John? What you got?
I'll talk about the time that we went to Seabreeze and there was, like, ice all over everything.
You suggested Seabreeze.
Yeah, we said, let's go to... Yeah, but I said we'll walk the pier. I didn't realize it was going to be, like, 10 degrees that day, and, like, so much ice that we couldn't even walk down the pier. And, like, the whole sides of the pier was, like, coated with ice, like, that big icicles all the way down.
That was so frigid.
I
in
mean,
the
it was
parking
so
lot.
cold.
I remember
We went
one
into
year.
Bill Gray's, and we're like, should we go into Bill Gray's? I don't know if we can do that. Like
Oh,
do
yeah.
people even eat inside anymore? What do you do? We didn't want to stay inside for too long.
Baba came out of his car, Alex. He's wearing that hat.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
What a beautiful hat. It's still in my trunk.
I'm getting one of those this year.
You were the only one that was like slightly worn.
Like the big
no,
Russian
no.
hat.
And Jerry, I think it was you, Jerry. You had your hat as well, and it was like that big black hat that went all the way around your neck.
Oh,
And
Yeah,
where was
I
that?
don't know what
Where's
happened
that
to that, 'cause
afterwards?
It was very tight or something. It didn't fit right. And
So,
Phil was there that night.
was that?
Phil was there that
Oh,
night.
Phil was there.
Remember, because he bought the food.
Yeah,
right.
we bought
That's
a
right.
thing of fries, and we shared that, I think.
I feel like that was 2 different nights there, but they were
It
both
was.
really cold.
Because
I think Phil was there the second night.
Brian was there one.
Brian
night.
was there one time,
No, I think I was there when.
and then
Brian
Phil was there another time.
Yeah,
Phil was there the first.
I mean, we were there a
time,
couple
but-
times, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. I think you're right.
Ugh. I got that down too. That was a frigid.
that was
cold
yeah.
cold.
Must have been like January, February, or something.
Probably,
And,
like,
I
hanging
mean, we
out
were
together.
there other times when we walked along that little beach, and it was nice.
Oh yeah,
But-
it was probably what 3-4 times at Seabreeze.
Because we were talking about like where did we go to college? Remember we were talking about that when we were
Yeah.
there.
Oh, you're right. You know, I misremembered it because I thought it was about like work, but I think
But that was when we were warm.
yeah.
Like we actually walked on the sand and we were talking
Oh,
about
the
college.
sandy
Yeah,
area.
that's- okay, so it was college, and then maybe. It
But the
shifted to
cold
work.
one, I don't remember what the topic was, but I just remember being really cold. And, like we were out, started to walk up here. It was so slippery. We had to go back.
That was a good time.
So it was cold.
Thank you. These are helping me out because they're kind of loosening some brain cells in my head about some of these memories. That's great.
You gonna tell us about your gorge walks or tours or
Oh
anything?
yeah.
There?
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
It's very
Well,
gorgeous.
my next one had to do out in Churchill when Alex showed everybody what he knew about trains.
Oh
That,
yeah.
we went all the way down there. He knew what the light stood for. A train went by, and he knows where they're coming from and where they're going. And I thought that was a very good night, and you got a chance to show off your stuff about that.
Me too.
Yeah.
I ditto that.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's pretty nice.
That was
really nice.
different.
Were there
and
3
very
trains
enjoyable.
that night?
There was 2
At
or
least.
3, and still sometime I want to do the one at the Fairport area.
Oh.
Maybe not stay there because of the live camera, but also if we start to do a podcast, we might feel more comfortable with that. And again, this is all theoretical, but yeah, train watching was nice with you guys.
I've learned a lot from you.
I learned a lot. That was fun.
From the times we've been out.
And then we walked down the tracks.
Yeah.
Remember, I turned back a little early because I was like a little hesitant, you know, like with the.
Is
You
the
know,
train gonna come
these
by?
tracks are really close to the foot.
That's
Adam
okay.
McNally actually showed up that night. I don't know. Do you
That's
ever
right,
get down,
Adam.
You guys?
You were good memory because you mentioned that in the text, and also at Durand, and where else did he show up, Adam?
He played kickball with us over
Yes,
at Elmer Nature
and I
Center.
wasn't there that day. I remember you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. We missed you that day.
Because we were there another time with Max. Where you were teaching him softball or baseball or something. We were running.
Kickball.
Kickball.
Yeah, he was there for that one.
Yeah,
I think we played twice.
yeah.
I think you were there once.
By the way, he couldn't make it tonight. I texted him. He couldn't
Ah.
make it.
Is he back in town?
Yeah. Oh, that sounds like it could be
Is that Ryan?
Ryan and Adam, maybe.
Oh, I
Maybe.
think it is. You should just leave the phone go. Like, don't tell him that it's.
No, yeah, no.
807,
I just want to make sure
a
it's
little
still.
bit past his due date in there.
Wow.
Okay, it's still got the recording
Ryan.
symbol.
Hey, Adam,
Hey!
Okay, that's awesome. So,
How you doing?
definitely send this recording.
Hey guys.
My drywall guy looks just like Adam.
Hey, how's it going, Adam?
Good. How you
guys, how you
Good to
doing?
see ya.
Adam, I've been there.
Good. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good.
How you doing?
How you been, buddy?
How you been?
Good.
to
How
see
are you?
man.
We're
Good to see you.
We're gonna ask you some questions about your stellar memory tonight.
Oh, you know,
For the 3 times that you were with us.
You know how much I miss you, though.
Yeah,
Do
miss
you know-
too.
Yeah.
Hey, good to see you.
You were at the
Ben.
very first Horseman,
First one. Yep.
so it's fitting that you're here tonight.
Yes. Exactly. What a coincidence,
Would
right?
you like this seat? Because that's not as. This isn't. This.
Oh, yeah. This might not be Adam-proof. But
We'll wait. I mean, that might be better.
yeah.
No, not the weight. It's just the comfort.
Oh, yeah. That too,
Yeah,
huh?
You know.
Okay.
The comfort. This isn't very comfortable.
Uh huh.
But yeah, this is not comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, John brought cookies. Ryan. Adam, if you want any.
Thank you, John.
Do you want one? They're,
and-
they're peach and apricot.
And this is for Ryan.
Oh, what's this? Oh,
All the-
pictures.
Yep. Sorry, I don't have one for you, but we got.
Okay, tell us
No,
where
you're
we were.
good.
I didn't know you were
Oh,
coming.
well, that's Village Gate. That's a
The 6 of us. The 6 of us
Very
had
cool.
a picture. When was it again?
Great place.
March. March
23rd.
23rd of this year.
Very nice.
So
Very
it's
cool.
5 months old.
Was that when we were looking for the space station?
In the sky before we left that day?
Yeah, but then it never showed. We couldn't see it because it was too bright.
By the way, if you're up at 5:40 tomorrow, look at the southwest, 5:40 a.m. You'll see it.
Oh, yeah?
I got a
5:40.
Is it?
alert for it. Yeah.
Nice.
I won't be up probably, but
I might get up to check it out. You never know.
you know.
We'll see.
So what we're doing is we're just going around. Everybody's giving some memories, doing like one at a time, and we just stopped with Jim, so it's very fitting if we're going this way that you be next.
Oh my gosh.
Just something. Oh, you did your homework too.
I actually wrote some notes.
Nice.
Good.
We wrote stuff down.
Yeah, good.
Jerry has like all the place locations that we've met as a group over the last 2 years.
Oh, wow,
And
really?
there's, pieces of paper, he photocopied it, and then he allows people to do the bullet points.
Wow. That is
So
great.
we've just been kind of powwowing about it, so to speak.
Uh-huh. Yeah. How far away have you gone?
Oh my gosh, that's a good question.
Yes, the farthest
Distance
one.
farthest west would be Braddock's Bay, I would say.
Right, right, nice
That's
place.
got to be the farthest one away.
Farthest east or south, what would they be?
Mendon?
Mendon south, probably.
Or
I'd say,
Powder Mill.
What do you call it? Powder Mill.
Powder
Oh,
Mill.
Powder Mill.
Yeah, Powder Mill's
Yeah,
part
that's
of
how
the
my
East, that's
Victor.
right.
And then east would be Webster, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Nice.
Probably the farthest east we've been was the Arboretum.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
another good
yeah.
memories too.
That's true. Kent Park.
And
Yeah.
Park. So what do you got there, Ryan? Any?
So one I just thought of, I don't know if you guys brought it up, was how we named, I think it was Webster Park, Stargasm. Didn't we?
Oh, that one field, Stargate Field.
Yeah.
And that's near going from where to where? I think it's going from Bridge to the hill to the tennis courts.
Yeah, it's in that area.
Yeah.
Webster Park.
Webster Park.
Really?
Because I like astronomy, so I
Yeah.
mean, just the sky. I mean, I can sit out here at night and just the sky is filled with stars.
Uh-huh.
It's so nice, you know.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But that's
So-
always been a part of the group, I think. You know, at some point, Jerry giving us a lesson on stars and all that.
Early on, yeah.
Even the first night he was pointing out the planets, remember?
That's right.
Just,
And then-
remember you and I were talking about like spirituality and readings and
Absolutely.
such
Yeah.
on the way.
True
Like,
believer in that.
yeah. And then on the way back, we were all kind of like talking at the
Yeah.
same time, and Jerry was pointing out the planets. Our
Nice.
very first event.
Have you done any readings lately for anyone?
No, I haven't, but I actually reconnected with somebody who I did a reading for. Oh gosh, probably several years ago.
Really?
And she saw me in Wegmans and asked if I'd be able to do another one. So
Cool.
yes, that's kind of fun.
Awesome, man. You were really amazing, the ones you gave me.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, we'll connect up again.
Yeah, definitely. I know. Our kids miss your daughter a lot.
Oh, real? Oh.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Do you we'll compare notes, schedules, and stuff?
Yeah,
and see if there's
definitely.
anything that's
I know.
available.
You guys are out and
You guys
about a
ever
lot.
free on Sunday mornings?
I got to get out there more with you guys.
Okay, because we do that Sunday morning meetup. I could let you know when we're
All right,
headed
cool.
out. We're usually there.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. Yeah, Haley's asked about Julia a few times. She hasn't mentioned Megan much, but I don't think they really played a ton together. But like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, she remembers
Yeah.
Julia.
How
a
old
little
are
bit.
you kids?
Yep. 9 and 7.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
It's funny you mentioned astronomy guy. I just thought of another quick one. The comet on the beach at Charlotte. We were looking for the comet. And
That's right.
Remember, we were up right at the lake in the sand. I don't know if you were there with us, but
I don't think so.
and I can't remember the name of the comet at the time. But you thought you saw it.
We were looking for the comet,
Yeah.
and then I have it down. It's really interesting because I like have it down that we were like looking for some sort of like moon event or something like that too.
Okay.
And then we saw like that orange flare up over the water. Do you remember that? We were wondering like,
Yeah.
what was that all about?
Yeah,
you
it
know?
was a mysterious flare.
You were like, what is that orange light?
I think I was there.
Yeah.
There too. Yeah.
Remember that time that like the moon rose over the water and we're
We
like,
didn't
what is
know
that
what it
thing
was.
rising? And it was
Yeah,
like the
that's
moon.
right.
It was
Oh,
huge.
that's what I got a picture of that too.
What's that bright light? You know?
I
oh,
took
it's the moon.
I took a picture of the moon in the tree light, or I took a picture of the
Oh.
moonlight through the trees.
Okay.
I'll see if I can share that in the group chat in a bit. But
Sure.
Please do. Your photography is absolutely excellent.
thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that was
That was
the profile pic for the Horsemen Discord for a while.
Yeah,
a surprise.
You got to get back to that. I see you're posting things on Discord again.
Oh no, I was just fixing up the server for the future. I posted a picture of the message you sent with the schedule so that way we don't have to scroll when we're looking for it.
You can go back through like the 500 texts.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. So it's there for the future. You know, I don't expect people to use it. Honestly, it's fine.
It's a nice alternative.
Yeah.
Oh, my lights are starting to come on.
Beautiful backyard.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah,
What
I've been
about all the
working on it
plants
for
and
the
flowers?
last 20 years, I keep building more and more, you know.
Good for you.
It's great.
Yeah. So my, switching over to me, I had a night topic, and my night was 10 questions. I wrote out these 10 questions for everybody to answer, just like what's your favorite season, and stuff like that, right? But I got here, it fell flat. This was at Center Park West. Do you remember?
Yes, because
I remember.
people had to take off, right?
And then
Yeah, and I had to
Jim
go.
and Jay left due to COVID scare. Now explain it
That's
again. Was
right.
it who? And so half the group got up and left. And what was that all about? Again, you remember that?
I think he would remember.
Was Alex sick or possibly?
Alex got exposed to COVID
Yeah.
in the karate class.
Yeah.
And someone close to Alex tested positive for it.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it was my dad at that time.
Yeah, it
Wait,
was
no,
your
was
dad.
it my dad?
It was your dad.
Oh, and that's the time when he got released from Garlock due to that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of a little bit of a rough time, but I remember that Baba and I, or Dad and I, had been within close proximity of you, and we weren't really sure what the quarantine requirements were going
yeah.
to be. So, I mean, it's really no big deal, but like I felt bad for Jerry because he had spent a lot of time into it, but yeah, that's why we both bolted because we didn't want to.
I got it down here
expose
because
anyone.
it's memorable. It never upset me or anything. I just think now looking back, I think it's kind of funny, not funny, because you were certainly scared about COVID. But looking back, I'm thinking, where's everybody going?
He's
Right.
into giving out homework.
Was it in the beginning?
Yeah.
Beginning where no one knew what
The bell does
I
not
look at my
dismiss you.
phone and
Jerry
find
does.
out that Alex's father has COVID, and I'm sitting there. I got to take Alex back home, and
He said, "Forget it, we're leaving."
that was not a
Summer of
that was not a pleasant
Oh,
thing.
okay.
In the middle of it all.
Yeah.
Everybody's on edge.
We were through that whole world, wasn't it?
So, how about you, Adam? You got any memories of the, 2 or 3 times?
Let's see here. I went one time. It was the first time down at Duran Beach.
Very first time.
Yep, very first time. We went for a nice night walk, and I had a nice catch up with you.
Yeah. You know what? The first timers are right here.
Right, we
Four.
are too. Oh, that's right.
So it's four,
of
and then Max Irving.
And then I went
that night.
the second time. It was at that nature center in Irondequoit.
Helmet,
We
yeah.
played kickball,
Yep.
and you were the pitcher. Yep, you were the pitcher.
Was that a hot night? I didn't go there, but wasn't it a hot?
I think it's pretty hot
humid
that night.
It was
Hot
pretty
buggy.
hot, yeah.
Yeah.
And you explained to us how the baseball, not my letter or my words today. The fences back in the big leagues used to be really dangerous. And
Really?
teams used to cheat and move them up a little bit.
I remember
You remember that story?
seeing
Yep,
that.
I remember that story.
That's right.
The story he's talking about is the Kansas City A's at the time were a weak hitting team, powerful hitting team, the New York Yankees. So the left field fence was actually on roller skates. And when the Yankees would come to Kansas City, they'd take the fence and move it back 40 feet. So the Yankees couldn't hit home runs out there. And when the Chicago White Sox, who were banjo hitters, would come in, they'd move the fence way in so their own players could hit home runs.
You don't have a regulation about where the fence is going to
They did not at that time, and that's because they did that. They
Wow.
had a regulation after that. When you started a season, you could not alter the fences in any way without permission from Major League Baseball because of that incident that Adam's talking about right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That was a good night. And then also the other night I went to was the train tracks.
That's
Where
right.
Alex gave us
That's
the-
right.
Yeah,
Nice history
Alex's
Train tracks.
train things out there. I remember looking way the freak down that track towards the main road, and
Uh-huh.
there's this guy walking towards it. Who is that? Who is that?
It was cool that you showed
Couldn't
up.
tell.
I mean, you're always welcome every
Oh, yeah.
week, you know.
It
Definitely.
was Jay as the Terminator sent back in time to destroy Horsemen.
Yeah, I said it right before you guys.
No, that way he never gets
I
lost.
was just
in
waiting
future.
in the car for you guys to come back because I wanted to hear your the train talk itself. I wasn't, that was really funny.
Yeah.
Jay, what you got there? We'll start around again.
Sure.
Is it still light out? We can see, and we can.
Well-
We don't even need the light. I mean,
Brian, do you remember Highland Park? We went and we we parked over by the conservatory. John, you weren't originally able to make it that night, but then I think you were able to get out of work and you decided to join us, so you got there closer to 8. It was sometime in the summer. I don't remember if it was last summer or 2 summers ago. I'd have to go back and check. But you had a topic that you wanted to do a previous week, and for whatever reason we didn't get to it. And so I was hosting that night, but your topic was so interesting, I asked if you'd mind doing the topic. And so you ended up presenting it. Do you remember what it was all about?
No. I remember sitting there because I think you and I sat on the ground.
Yeah.
We did. Yep, we were up on the back part of the conservatory. You're absolutely right. And there were the benches right over by facing the building. And, most people sat on the benches, but you and I were comfortable sitting Indian style on the ground. The topic was actually something related to economics and how there were different income brackets, and I have trouble recollecting exactly
the question
what it
was, would you consider yourself low class or middle class?
Oh, that's right. Classes.
Right, John.
Good
Yeah,
one.
it was a really good conversation. I just remember it being like really riveted to that conversation for some reason. And it was just,
Their answers were all a little surprising. I mean, I think I surprised you with, I can't remember what I said, but with my response.
It's a good topic to bring up again.
Yeah.
Like some night, like.
It was really good because you had done some homework on it, and you were kind of talking about like percentages and this and that and the other thing, and then people just kind of expounded upon it. I remember that night being sort of like this one, around the same temperature, very peaceful, very calm.
Yeah.
Highland just had a good energy. It wasn't crowded. The flowers were still kind of in bloom, and it just seemed like a nice place to be that night for whatever reason.
I forgot about those nice benches, and then
that was
you
nice.
sat on the ground there.
It did get dark before we all left, so it might have been slightly later in the season.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Was
Maybe
that
it was
tonight when you saw that lady driving that car was the exact same one that you were about ready to buy?
Could be. It could be the blue Subaru. Yep.
Yeah.
And you stopped
I
and you
stopped
talked
and
to her
started
about
talking to her about it. Oh, that's the car I'm getting. She was a nice lady. Yeah.
Because we walked around that same area one time and it was like middle of winter and it was super cold.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did go back in the winter.
Really
That's
cold
right.
days too.
it. Yeah, I remember that, cutting across the angle down the valley in the snow and back up to the Lamberton Conservatory.
And by the end of that night, we were like, can't feel our feet anymore,
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, that was mine.
But we rarely
Yeah,
miss a Horseman night because of weather. Generally we all try to trudge through. So.
Good.
There has been a couple when I couldn't drive out there. It was snowing too hard.
Well, it's one of the worst ones at Seneca Park, but we'll get to that. What do you got, Alex?
That's another one, huh?
Ooh, sorry. Sorry, mine haven't also been very detailed, but another one that I remember, and it's probably because of the fact that it was my birthday, is the one that we did on my birthday.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, we went to the Fairport Bowling Alley,
Oh, yeah.
and
That was fun.
I quote-unquote showed off to all you guys, and Jerry brought your bowling ball with that esteemed bowling bag
story
bottom
behind that,
piece.
too.
If you want to explain or recall the tale of what
I
happened
had
to
a-
your bowling ball in the bag.
Bowling ball in the basement in a bag that'd been there probably 20 years. So when I lifted it up, brought it upstairs, I couldn't unzip the zipper, so I had to cut it all open. So I took the base of the bag and put it in a Wegmans shopping bag and put the ball there.
Some true ingenuity
Ugly,
on display.
ugly.
You were good though, Jerry. I remember we were trying to beat those guys. We
Yeah,
almost
no,
did. But
This
you
guy did well.
you and me were
Yeah.
very close
Yeah.
with the scores.
It
And
was
everyone
fun.
else was catching up, I
Not
guess.
to mention Jim picked up the tab, but I will mention
Yeah.
it. Thank you again.
Yes.
It was great.
Yeah, that was
I
very
just
nice.
picked up a tab for those Red
that
Wing
was-
games, too. So,
The Redmond game, that was fun too.
Yeah, that was
yeah, that's right. Alex was a high bowler that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so again, mine are a lot of short ones, but memorable to me
Oh
anyway.
yeah. Because it evokes certain things that I hadn't thought about before. So.
Yeah.
What do you got there, John?
Well, there's a couple of things. Having a fire with a giant snow mound.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
right over there by the not far from the hose there. Just in that area.
Well, we had a giant snow mound with the fire the pit on top of it.
I built the snow mound probably around this high,
And we had to like
Wow.
put our feet like this so we could
Yeah.
warm our feet. And the other time is one time we looked in the window and watched YouTube videos.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
That's right. Yep.
We were watching like science videos and stuff.
Yeah, you had the guy that talks about the deeper questions and all that. I forget the name.
Oh, Lawrence Kuhn.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then one time we made hot dogs on sticks on the fire.
Yeah, that was quite
You brought
recent
the hot
too.
dogs.
That was a couple months ago,
That's
maybe.
right. Mhm.
Yeah, maybe we do that again in the fall when it gets cooler out.
When it gets cooler, we'll have a fire. Adam, come on back. We'll have a nice
And
fire.
then-
Great for me. Hot dogs on the
Oh,
fire.
yeah.
That sounds good.
Stuff.
Yeah.
That was great.
Stuff.
It's actually like when it's like dark
No,
out
it's-
with the fire
now.
going.
No,
Yep.
got the idea from you because you had those nice skewers, so I went out and bought some myself. So.
Yeah. Because we did it once with marshmallows, but then...
Yep.
And then the other one is when we played music.
I
Yeah,
regretfully
We had
wasn't there for
songs
that one.
that
What was your
we had songs
favorite-
that we were playing out
Your
here.
favorite song? Unfortunately, Jay had to leave, so we didn't know.
We get to hear lightning
I
crashes.
ate too much pizza.
Oh, out back here that night. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like all bloated. I was like, I ate too much.
And then we sang the Erie Canal song.
Yes.
16 miles. on
Yeah,
the Erie
yeah, and
Canal.
Jim started that one up, right? I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one.
For some reason, that reminded me of the sea shanties a couple months ago as well.
That was at Grease Park. We sang the pirate.
Leave his leg with a rusty razor.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Wasn't that at Grease Canal?
Yeah, that was we were walking. It was
Walking
pretty
back.
dark actually.
So-
It was
but,
dark and cold that night. I remember it was kind of wet, a little bit.
I think that was a birthday as well for someone.
Really?
Might have been.
Well, either Jay's or Jim or Baba or
Or maybe I'm thinking of another location,
November, December.
similar setting, or similar vibe. I don't know. Maybe not.
Huh.
I don't even remember what I did for my birthday like the last couple of years, but I know we celebrated Ryan's. Well, it's not technically my turn, but we celebrated Ryan's a few times in Webster Park.
The
Remember
very
that?
first one was Ryan.
Is your birthday the one when we were at the museum when the candles wouldn't blow out on the cupcakes?
Yes. Yeah, the matches like fell all over the ground.
Because it was super windy that day. We couldn't light the candles.
And then it started raining, so we were all standing under the awning by
That's
the
right,
museum
yep.
there. Yeah.
Right.
Yep, that was nice. It was I mean, you guys surprised me for sure. That was the first.
I think
time
that was the first time we ever had food on the birthday.
I think it was. And then we did Ryan's
'Cause
40th.
you got, like, a box
shortly
of
after
Hostess
that. So mine was
cupcakes
that
and brought 'em.
December, then Ryan's was August finally.
Well, wasn't Ryan's the first?
It was the first time we had the horse.
Oh, it's the first with the horse. That's
Yeah.
right.
Where's the
think-
horse now? Who's in possession? I forget.
I got it.
You got
It'll be
it.
you, August 8th. Right?
Who's the next birthday?
You are John, aren't you? Or wait, no,
you
you're
were-
early.
No, I'm June.
You're June.
Wait, so
Jim?
it's either
November?
it's got to
Yeah,
be
when's your
Baba then.
birthday?
April.
April.
Yeah.
Oh, you missed it. Happy
Aries.
birthday.
Thank you.
So we gotta wait till December for the next birthday?
November.
Oh, November.
December.
29th.
and
I think
December.
it's Big Baba's next.
Yeah.
So we do it like the week before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jim, what
Turkey
do
and
you
all the
got?
fixings for your
Yeah,
birthday.
no, the last one.
We'll have to bring
Wait,
carrot
the last
cake.
one here was when the
sure.
airplane was flying by.
Wow.
Laser
course.
pointer to the pilot's eyes.
A huge. I had a laser pointer I was pointing around, and then I put it down. All of a sudden, this jet goes over it.
Like super low too.
Oh, that was scary.
We're like,
It was almost
it,
scraping the.
it came over the house. We're like, is this plane gonna crash? Like,
Yeah, we thought it
Did they
was.
see my
going
laser
down.
pointer?
yeah.
It came out of nowhere too. It was almost like a glitch in the Matrix type thing.
Spaceship.
You know, because there was really no sign of it, and then all of a sudden, there it was. Like things were, yeah, like I remember everything was like shaking.
Here
And
it is
Yeah.
right now.
Like it came through the
I hear it
wormhole from the other
rumble now.
dimension.
There you go.
Just talking about it.
maybe it went back to where it came from because I don't think it crashed.
It came from the Bermuda Triangle.
So, Jim.
The Fairport Canal walks
Oh,
from that
So I just
stop
came
to the
up
west
today.
over to the
Fairport
village
Canal
of
Walk.
Fairport.
Nice.
nice area.
It's good.
Cold. I think John picked it that first time. It was going to be very cold out there, and I didn't know if the canal path was going to be clear, and it was.
Yeah.
And Fairport actually spent the money to keep that walking path clear. I remember walking up towards the village at Fairport, and as you approach it on the right-hand side, the bridge was all lit up with the Christmas lights.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was just spectacularly beautiful.
It was really pretty.
It was
I really
nice.
enjoyed that path. And
Pretty area.
yeah, of course we came back, and then we did it again not too long ago. That's when my arthritis was killing me there, and I stopped at the village, and you guys walked down a little farther, and I met up with you again when you came back. But
That's when Jerry got gelato.
yeah,
Right.
Ryan,
Oh, yeah,
you and
we
I
got-
were just talking at the table because I was still having my. I think at that point I was having my back issues, so I didn't feel like walking that night.
You were waiting for Ryan, I think. And
I think I was there too. Like you guys got gelato when I was filming that train that was going by at the same time.
Yeah.
He went in to go to the
that's
bathroom
right.
and came out with gelato.
Although I was back
Yeah.
with Ryan. Yeah, you guys
Talked
came
me
back
into
with the gelato, I think.
That's when we had the pineapple pie.
That's right.
That's right. It was delicious.
Yeah.
That was good.
Mm.
That's it.
How about you, Ryan? Got another one?
I think Ryan should go for go 2.
Yeah, because we already
2 or
did a
3.
couple
3 or 4 in a
We've
row.
already been around a few
So,
times.
so you
Well,
want to-
I mean, you don't have to.
Now
did
the
you
Ryan
guys talk
show.
about the times here for the presidential debates that was sent?
No,
Oh,
no,
no.
No, that's a good one.
Right in there.
Or also your Andrew Yang thing that you were doing at the restaurant.
Yep.
Remember that?
Oh yeah, and that would be the other one at the steakhouse there. Yeah.
That's right.
Let's dig into the memories. So we were all sitting in Jerry's garage. Your
Yeah,
garage,
we did that
Jerry.
for a couple debates, didn't we?
Yeah, vice presidential and presidential.
Yeah, the president and the vice president.
Yeah. Because the fly was on,
Yeah.
what's his name's head? Pence's head.
Oh, that's right. It looked like.
Yeah.
Just was there for like 10 minutes.
I think I was here for one of them. I think I missed
Yeah.
the other.
I think you were here for the presidential one.
Probably the presidential one, yeah. I just remember
Yeah, I
sitting in the
forgot
garage and
about
how nice that was. What did you think about it, Ryan? Because you're so into politics and everything at that point. What were your thoughts as you were here with this group of people?
Well, I mean, back then I was all in for Yang, so I was doing my best to try to convince everyone else to be for Yang.
Oh, yeah.
I felt like the group was fairly receptive and tolerant of me, so I appreciate that. And then with the debates, it's hard for me to kind of remember how people were feeling. You remember kind of how you were feeling around that time with Biden and Trump
I was very
running?
anxious.
Yeah, anxious is a good word.
It's
I mean-
always really anxious, like around that time when
Yeah.
you don't
You
know
didn't think
who it's
that
going to be.
See
Biden
the
would have
polls
enough
and
to
all that.
Yeah.
and they,
Oh,
through,
it's
no.
especially how important the next couple of years are.
yeah.
That's true.
I remember you brought beer.
Ah.
You were like cracking the beers
That's
open
one
and
nice thing
handing
about
them
being here.
out. And
We drink beer.
we were still like, I
Sorry,
think
we only
everyone
have
was still
time.
doing
It
like
was
the
kinda
6
like
feet
short
apart
notice.
thing. And
Oh,
that was
you're
like
good.
the first time we had
We
We
to
didn't want to go in the house because of COVID,
yeah,
so we
that's
sat in the
what we were
garage.
Yeah, in the garage, we did.
I got stuff going on in my house with the smells there from the clear coat they put down on the floor. It's
Oh man.
really
Right.
stinky in there. So they said, keep all the windows open for a few hours. So I said, well,
Yeah.
I don't want to keep them all open and go to Charlotte.
So what did
No.
they do in there?
Living room floor is being refinished, so they put down the first coat today, the protective coat. It's called acid wash or something he calls it. It's something different. Glitza is the brand name. And then another one tomorrow, and then the final gloss coat on Thursday. But today was the longest day, and it smells a lot. If you go in that house, you can smell it. So that's why I might sleep out here tonight. I don't know.
You
Are you
should.
going to sleep in your car?
I could. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
You could probably grab a sleeping bag and just kind of,
Excellent.
you could probably do it.
Recline and kick
Yeah,
back.
Or we got a tent, set one up in the backyard.
sure. You got another one, Ryan? Any
Another one, it'd be interesting to hear all your opinions on it. Is just topics, if there's any particular topics
See?
that really stand out to
a
you.
topic of topics?
But
Right.
the one I remember I brought to you guys because I've been studying for a while was strewed epistemology.
Yes.
And I still remember, Jay, I don't think you were a fan of it.
Webster Park. Webster Park. I
We
was
got
kinda
into
like
a bit of a debate about it, I think.
It was kind of like
because
being put on the spot.
it was.
Yeah.
We were talking about like how things could be like they all needed to be defined, right? And I think that sort of connected with like this idea of like the scientific method that we were writing about, previous to that, and then beyond that in the Horsemen chat. So there's a couple of different ideas for a segue. But what was your recollection of that? Why would you say that you didn't think I liked it? I'm just
Well,
curious.
you were the only one brave enough to actually try to do it with me, I think.
Okay.
I did. I said something
Or
about
you maybe did it for a little while
yeah,
too.
Yeah.
You were talking about how plants connected to.
Yeah, about
how
the,
you
Jerry
people
was
connect with
about the
plants, being that
spirituality
connected
and
to it.
yeah, exactly.
And kind of reflecting back on that night, because I'd done a little more study on it, probably the drawback was spending so much time trying to define terms. So you're talking about the same thing that could really kind of get frustrating after a while. And you're just, trying to figure out what you're talking about rather than kind of how you got there. So,
Because in a nutshell, epistemology is just you're trying to ask, why do you believe what you believe, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And you just without being judgmental.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, I actually got to help with a course. There's a group called Street Epistemology International, an actual organized company now, is putting out curriculum. on that. So it was kind of cool. I got to help them review a module that they put together, and yeah, it's kind of taken off. So it's pretty cool.
Well, that is neat.
Good.
I know you like that a lot.
I'm good.
Jerry, what you got?
Well, I just want to say, because it's getting dark here, but I do remember at Charlotte, I have one of the, there's three worst weather ones. So we mentioned the one at Seabreeze, you know, it was really cold and icy. And briefly the one at Seneca early on, Seneca Park was, I don't think Jim was with us yet, but John couldn't show up. I think it was me, Jay, and Ryan trudging through the snow, and then the maintenance guy said, "Oh, we're closing up." And
Oh, it was so cold.
and you couldn't make it because it was so snowy. Maybe you couldn't make it either, Jim.
Right, I couldn't even leave Webster. It was snowing so hard.
It was bad. But this particular one at Charlotte, I remember my umbrella breaking, your umbrella breaking.
Oh,
It
that's
was
right.
Oh, yeah.
So windy.
That giant
so
windstorm,
windy
yeah.
and rainy, and we took shelter, what, on like the north side of the carousel or something
Yeah,
like that?
yeah, one of the buildings.
Because it was just crap.
Wow.
It was just, I mean,
Did
we
it go in there? The what? The
we
rain?
go in any weather, but in
Yeah.
that case we had umbrellas and all, and
Uh-huh.
they're just breaking up because it was so windy.
I'm sorry, Jerry.
Speaking of breaking
I
up,
got mosquitoes
are you
all over.
Yeah, they're eating me
You gonna
alive.
take off?
We got
I'm
8:35.
gonna, because I don't want to, because you know when I get mosquito bites, I can't
No.
scratch them because I
I
bleed.
totally agree.
Uh-huh.
You know?
They're
Yeah,
absolutely
I'm
everywhere right now. I am sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Jay, can I hang on to these?
Absolutely.
yours? I'd like to put them in a big manila envelope, and then we can all look at them another time.
All right.
Hey, shall we do a United
Sing
Horseman?
the song.
Oh, does Adam know about this?
The We Are Horsemen
No.
Do you
bit.
know about the chant?
All right,
No.
then
Can I
we'll
take
teach
yours
him,
too,
right?
John?
We'll teach him.
Yeah.
May I take yours?
Oh, you want to take it?
Yeah, I'm
You
going to
gonna
put
read
them in a
them?
big envelope and save them, and then maybe a year from now we can look or add to them. Or
Do it every 3 years.
We did have like an
See if we
Excel
got these
spreadsheet
ones.
going on
Yeah.
for one time or another.
oh yeah, Jim started that.
Yep.
I don't know where that ever went, but
All right, so
These guys, if you guys want to stick around a while, you're welcome
Yeah.
to.
Okay.
I mean,
everyone join in 3, 2, 1.
We are
horsemen.
horsemen. Bum, 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 bum.